All right. So we will be deep diving into the topic of maintaining presence. But before that, a little bit of an introduction about me. Who am I? So I was 13 when I decided that I wanted to become a psychologist. There used to be this crossover series on my television those days that would come in, and 6 o'clock to 6:30 was my television watching time, and I would watch this series diligently every day after school. And that had one episode where a psychologist helped a child to sort of work with its difficulties in school. And that's where I got inspired, and I said, this is what I want to become, and this is what I want to take up. It wasn't easy. I'm raised by a teacher mom and a marketing geek dad, and therefore it was always about how can I bring in psychology into the everyday part of work life. So I work as an internal OD professional and a coach for an organization called ZS. And that's how my work involves a lot of learning, organization development, facilitation, training, talent development, and coaching. Apart from this, I'm pretty much a nerd. I enjoy reading, so I spend a lot of time in my home library. And I'm a mother of five. I have one human child, but the rest of them are all my animal babies. So two cats, two dogs, and a few birds. So yeah, that's what keeps me busy back home. Thank you so much for that. And so here is a question for each one of you. As you reflect on your deepening practice as a coach, I mean, each one of us is at a certain practice level of coaching. And as we deepen our practice as a coach, what feels most alive for you right now? You can unmute yourself and let me know. Any one of you.
Actually, I've not even started with the ACC. It
Okay.
starts tomorrow, actually, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to contribute to
So, what
the
motivates you
answers.
to do your ACC?
My God, quite honestly, first of all, it's the monetary aspect.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Secondly, it is using my inherent skills of listening, being tuned to people's thoughts, feelings when I'm talking to them or just watching them. Um, so it's mostly like monetizing my inherent skills. I desperately need to make money in life.
Okay.
So that's really what's motivating me right now, more than anything else.
Okay. Wishing you all the best on that.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Nadezda, Kunal, any one
I
of you?
uh, so for me, I think being able to add value to somebody's life and create a behavioral change that
Mm-hmm.
feels extremely powerful, as much as it is uh, humbling and grounding, it also feels like a superpower to be able to do that. So that really makes me like brings me alive.
Amazing. Thank
Mm.
you.
And if I
I should
cannot,
have, yeah, Nadeshda, please go on.
uh, yes, and apologies everyone for not being able to show on camera. It's very early here in where I am. But for me, it has always been how you coach is who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And now at the threshold of MCC, it's becoming even more obvious that coaching is not about learning tools, it's working on self.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this
Mm-hmm.
is a beautiful challenge because we are the only threshold, one of the thresholds, okay, of our clients' potential growth if we don't grow ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nadezda. I heard one more voice.
Yes, sure. Yeah, this is Shraddha.
Hi,
So,
Shraddha.
hi, good morning, all. So, for me, coaching is like, opening up a new dimension in my life because it is unraveling few things which I was not aware of, which were there all the time, but kept, in abeyance, I would say. And since I like interacting with people, sharing, and this actually involves a lot of interaction, like I'm interacting with you, beautiful people, right now. And so that is an added bonus for me because it's an individual journey, no doubt about that. But then the added bonus is when you are able to also contribute and learn from others, and if you can, bring a bigger, build a bigger community. So all this mixed up.
Amazing. So I'm hearing learning from others, being able to work on oneself as you learn and as you help develop potential in others, and also being able to make some more money as you do that.
Uh, no. I didn't talk about money.
No, no, no. I'm summarizing
Yeah,
whatever I've heard, throughout. I'm sorry I can't see you guys because most of you are not on video. So, my screen is just my presentation. So, yeah, I mean, pardon me if I'm unable to take your names. All right, let's please do not get into a meditative stance if in case you're driving or you're outside on the streets, but if you're at your home or in your office, let's take a minute to center ourselves. What I would like you all to do is take a comfortable position, close your eyes while you do this, and yeah, and you can go off camera if you wish for this particular section. And yeah, so close your eyes, rub your palms, make it warm, take it to your eyes, and we begin. All right, as you come back from your minute centering, um, become aware of your surrounding. Rub your palms and take them to your eyes. As you open your eyes, look at the ground underneath you, the surface above you, everything that is around you, and bring yourself back to the here and now. Okay, a quick agenda for today. So what are we doing? Today's session is for 45 minutes. What we are going to be learning is about maintaining presence. How are we going to learn? This is through video discussion and OD way. A quick one for everyone who probably has come across this word OD or organization development for the first time. What is organization development? Organization development is basically intervening into the social aspects of an organization. So, every organization has technical, functional, and social aspects to it. How does this social aspect interact with each other, with the technology, with the function, and with the purpose of the organization? An OD practitioner really intervenes into that particular space and looks at how can that become better and what can be done for the organization. So that's a little bit of a crux in OD. So what, according to you, is maintaining presence? in your own language, whether you've done your ACC, you're just getting into your ACC, you've done an MCC, or you're doing a PCC, what according to you is maintaining presence?
Uh, Hi, Aishwarya. For me, maintaining presence is simply when your being is completely present in the other.
Mm-hmm.
When not only your physical body, but your mind, your heart is present in the other, and you're deeply listening. Not only what the person is saying, but also what the person has not said. So, listening to the unsaid.
Mm-hmm.
That also makes the presence really more effective. This is Harish.
Hey, Harsh, thank you for coming in.
Just
Okay.
about to board the flight, so but I thought I'll attend.
No, thank you so much. Anybody else? So, Harsh says being fully present for your client. What do others have to say?
I think it's not just restricted to the client. It's more about being just fully present. Like you said, when you open your eyes, look at the ceiling, look at the ground, and then look at everything around you. So you're in a state of absorption of feelings, emotions, movements, actions, vibrations, energy
Mm-hmm.
is what I think maintaining presence is.
Okay. So you're saying that fully sensing the environment of where you are and being there with your entirety. What else?
I
I
guess
think,
all of this is a part of being attentive.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah,
Kunal. Yeah.
and I think how it appears in practice is, keeping an eye contact, uh, not thinking about what I can speak next, but really listening to what is being said and ex understanding the emotions behind. Like another peers said here that it is about listening to what is not being said also.
Mm,
Uh, that's what is to me is maintaining the presence. I mean,
absolutely.
yeah. And Aishwarya, just since you said that you can only see your screen, there are certain messages also in the chat box. Would you like me to, occasionally read it out to you? Because people are
Oh,
responding there.
yes, please do that, Kunal. Thank you so much for
Mo
volunteering for this.
Most welcome. So Harsh also says listening deeply, connecting to the heart, conversations. Aarti says being attentive. Uh, Charlene says maintaining presence is here and now.
Mm-hmm.
Shanti Sharma also says listening with your head, heart, gut, and in the here and now. Nadez, how do I pronounce your name?
Perfect.
Nadez,
Nadeza.
Exactly
Yeah.
exactly like that.
Nadeza. Okay, Nadeza says discipline during, and after sessions.
Amazing.
That's
So
all.
we are ready to close over here, guys. I think we have all the definitions, all the things that we needed to learn. So we're ready to close over here.
And
Okay. Sorry.
it's the gift we are giving to ourselves first before
Absolutely.
giving it to another person.
Yes. So one of my favorite movies is Kung Fu Panda, and my favorite character from Kung Fu Panda is not really Po, but it is, Master Oogway. And so let's hear it from him, or what does he have to say about presence?
I see you have found a sacred peach tree of heavenly wisdom.
Oh, is that what this is? I am so sorry. I thought it was just a regular peach tree.
I understand. You eat when you are upset.
Upset? I'm not upset. What makes you think I'm upset?
So why are you upset?
I probably sucked more today than anyone in the history of Kung Fu, in the history of China, in the history of sucking.
Actually, are you playing anything?
I've.
Yes,
Man, you
I
should have
am.
seen them. They
We can't hear it. I think you need to disconnect your earphones.
I
Do
can
I
hear
need?
it.
We
I
can hear
can't.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear
likewise.
it.
I could also hear it.
I
I
We
can
can
also
hear
hear
it.
it.
I could not.
Is it okay? Let me play that again.
But it is my favorite quote ever.
Okay.
I see you have found a sacred peach
Can you
tree of
hear it
heaven.
now? Because it's audible on my laptop.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
I see you have found a sacred peach tree of heavenly wisdom.
Oh, is that what this is? I am so sorry. I thought it was just a regular peach tree.
I understand. You eat when you are upset.
Upset? I'm not upset. Why what makes you think I'm upset?
So why are you upset?
I probably sucked more today than anyone in the history of Kung Fu, in the history of China, in the history of sucking.
Probably.
And the 5. Man, you should have seen them. They totally hate me.
Totally.
How's Shifu ever gonna turn me into the Dragon Warrior? I mean, I'm not like the 5. I've got no claws, no wings, no venom. Even Mantis has those thingies. Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
All right. So that's Master Ugwe on present and presence. So the definition of maintaining presence really says that the coach is fully conscious and present with the client and employing a style that is open, flexible, grounded, and confident. And since I promised y'all that we might do it a little bit of, we might look at some of the interlinkages with OD theories with regards to, what we're learning today, which is maintaining presence. Don't mind my animations, but we look at Gestalt in OD. I don't know if any one of you knows what Gestalt is. Gestalt is basically a German word which also means whole, organized, complete. It was coined by Dr. Fritz Perls, a German psychologist. What he said was the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Human beings form gestalt as the lack of it creates some kind of disequilibrium. What he means to say is that when people don't see whole or complete or see incomplete, there is a certain kind of disequilibrium that gets created. And as a result of that is why human beings need completion, need closure, need to see the whole as a as an individual. So people react to the whole and not to the specific parts. So as coaches also, when a person comes to us for coaching, when a client approaches us, they're not their disintegrated parts, they're not their fragmented selves, but they are this whole self that brings themselves to the coaching session. And as a coach, if we can be present to that entire self, so people react to the whole and not to the parts. So awareness in Gestalt has three main pillars. One is the here and now. So what is it? What is going on for me right now? Why is this important to you right now? How is this affecting you right now? So one of the biggest pillars of awareness is right now, which is here and now. The body language, I think a lot of you spoke of it, which is gestures, postures, facial expressions, etc. The shift in the energy, all of that. And feelings, what or how does it make you feel? Whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're saying right now, whatever you're intending right now, how does that make you feel? And awareness is change as per Gestalt, and that's what Fritz Perls says, that the moment somebody hits awareness, they're ready to make the change. Okay, So that's the definition of maintaining presence, but also looking at it from the Gestalt perspective of how can I create awareness within my client, create that awareness for myself while I am using openness, flexibility, grounded, and confident. So, what are you becoming aware to right now? We saw a video, we've spoken of the definition, we had some of our reflections of what is it to be a coach. We went into a centering exercise. What are you becoming aware of right now? About you, about the surrounding, about the topic?
Becoming aware of how vast this whole, my God, field is of coaching. It takes so much of understanding, my God, of presence, of being.
And how does that make you feel?
Actually, wonderfully excited to explore this whole thing. I'm just feeling really excited. It's not challenging in an intimidating way. It's challenging in a very exciting way.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Aarti. Aarti, did I get you right?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay. Now I've started recognizing voices. Okay. So let's deep dive into the pillars, into the competency matrix and see what does this competency really entail in itself? What does it say about presence and what do we need to do? So the first part of the competency.
Kunal
Yes.
had his hand raised, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a thought to share, Aishwarya. As you were saying, what are you present
Mm-hmm.
in this moment around your surroundings? So I was becoming present to, these birds who were just entering my balcony and I was not liking it. I was becoming aware that my coffee is not as warm as I would like it to be, and that I am possibly hindering the sunlight for my indoor plants. And then I was questioning that who am I present for in this moment? Am I being present for myself, or am I being present for you, or am I being present to the group? And that's what uh, took me in a reflection mode in that moment. I don't have the answer, but I think question is good enough as an answer.
And how is that making you feel?
Uh, Reflective, exploratory. I uh, wondering, mm, questioning. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kunal, for sharing. Is there any other voices that I haven't heard?
I think, yeah, one comment in the chat also, becoming aware of the Gestalt perspective. And that is something that I also want to share. I mean, when you talked about adding Gestalt to it, looking at the whole, and then I noticed you asking questions to everybody on what are you feeling right now. So I
Mm-hmm.
connected with what I'm feeling right now, where I am, and when I'm zooming out, and I got late for the session, so I started observing that, and then I thought I'll zoom out and I'll look at me and my life as a whole, and then there are so many reflections and observations coming in on, even coming here late has so much of whole of me
Mm-hmm.
behind all of this. So yeah, making me more curious.
Interesting. And what is that making you aware of yourself right now?
I think what I'm becoming aware of is, as an action plan, pausing, and then, I mean, I'll take Sunday to pause and reflect back on how I want the next week to be.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Thanks, Nikhil. All right. So remains focused and observant, sorry, empathetic and responsive to the client. So here, what I've taken is Kurt Levin's theory of force field analysis. What it really says is that to initiate change, one must either strengthen the driving force, which is the enthalpy of the system, what takes the system forward, or weaken the restraining force, which is also called as the entropy of the system, which is what takes the system downwards. or you have to do both, which is that you have to weaken the restraining force and you have to strengthen the driving force of any system. Now, when I say system also as humans, as an individual, as your client who comes to you as this whole person with his own cultural backgrounds, with the places that he belongs to, the groups he's associated to, the family system, etc., etc., etc. So that's what Kurt Levin's theory really says. So what, the core idea here is that behavior is shaped by driving and restraining forces in the field. So any behavior that you observe is because of some driving forces that motivates the person or demotivates the person, the restraining forces. What are the signals? How do you know driving forces, restraining forces? What signals do you watch for? Strong emotions, context, culture, environment, call to action always signals the forces at play. So when you inquire into the client's life or the client's system, uh, you get to know what strong emotions they are experiencing, what is the context they're living in, what is the culture that they embrace, what is the environment that they're creating for themselves, and what is their call to action really in that moment. So what does presence really mean here, or therefore, what is presence here? Presence means noticing these forces without judgment and helping the client mobilize or release energy towards change. So you release the restraining forces and you mobilize the strengthening forces so that there is energy for change. That is what it really means. What do you do as coaches to enable this? Quick thought, any one person can speak. Is there a question you ask? Is there a reflection you share?
I think looking at contradictions sometimes, if a client wants something and if there is a belief that doesn't match with that, then looking at contradictions and helping the client becoming aware of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the contradicting beliefs and values that the client may hold that may not sit well with the actions that they may take. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Okay, demonstrates curiosity during the coaching process. This is our favorite. I think as coaches, the first thing that we are taught is about curiosity. What I've tried to do here is combine it with dialogic theory, dialogic OD as we call it. Dialogic OD says inquiry is change. The moment you ask question, you're already intervening into the changing system of the client. The moment you ask a question, you're already changing the way the client is thinking, feeling, behaving, etc., etc. So the core idea is true dialogue requires suspending assumptions, judgments, and conclusions and allowing difficult emotions, thoughts, reactions, and meanings to surface for sense making. So every time you're able to suspend your judgments and your assumptions and allow for meaning making to happen, you're entering a dialogic space. Remaining curious through inquiry. So, what is giving life to this moment at this moment? What am I learning about my client today? What is my client really meaning, yearning, or needing when they are feeling the way they are feeling? These are some of those introspective questions or the questions that you may pose to your client that will help you to get into a state of curiosity. So what is presence here? Therefore, presence means dialoguing without judgments and conclusion. So that is really what presence means over here. Quick thoughts before we move on, because I'm also watching the time and I don't want to extend.
Shanti has a thought in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Curious inquiry to move the client forward, not to satisfy coach's curiosity to know more.
Absolutely. So inquiry to move the client forward, but not to satisfy the. So this is not a gossip session. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shanti. So remains aware of what is emerging for self and client in the present moment. Here I've used the self as an instrument of change as a theory, using your own awareness, emotions intuitions and presence as an instrument, a tool for change. So this comes from the theory of instrumentality, which says that how are you using yourself as an instrument, as a tool for change management to take place or change to happen. And what it says really remains aware of what is emerging for self, being aware of my own body sensations, emotions, intuitions. I notice I feel some tension as you speak. Could this reflect something in what you are experiencing? Could be one of the questions. Whatever you are experiencing in that moment, getting in tune with your own body sensations and your intuitions and your feelings will help you reflect that back to your client. Being aware of the energy shifts in the client's body language, tone, voice, and face. I notice a slight twitch in your eyebrow when you talk about this. Could this mean something? And inquiry into that. What is presence therefore here? Being the mirror and the sensing instrument for your client. So you mirror whatever the client is experiencing so that the client is able to see themselves, and you also sense within yourself and the client of what really is going on with the client. So that's what it means when it comes to using OD with remains aware of what is emerging for self and client in the present moment. Okay, what is my body telling me about me in this moment? Quick reflection.
Ashwarya, I'm noticing my emerging ambition. It's almost like a volcano with all the all the concepts that you shared with us and combined so interestingly with each and every of the sub definitions. I'm like a kid that says in a candy shop, I want that, I want that.
And where do you feel this volcano in your body right now?
It's right in the middle of my belly and this energy going up.
Amazing. Thank you, Nadista. Okay, am I leaving out any unheard voices?
Shanti has a comment in the chat box. What is happening for you in the moment, and what is happening for me in the moment, and what is happening in between?
Uh-huh.
That is possibly the uh, self as an instrument.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely right. What's happening to you, what's happening to me, and what's in between. Thank you for summarizing that, Shanti. That's beautiful. Okay. Manages one's emotion to stay present with the client. What I used over here is role and self theory. A skilled coach integrates self awareness, knowing what they feel, with the role awareness, choosing how to act, so they remain confident, grounded, and present for the client. Remember the definition where we had confident, flexibility, grounded, and being present for the client? So that's exactly what I've used here. The roles. Role is a set of expectations, behavior, and functions attached to a position. The expectation from a coach is really to be calm, curious, attentive, and supportive. The self is the inner identity, emotions, beliefs, experiences that you hold as an individual. And as a self, the coach may feel triggered, impatient, excited, or even anxious at some point in time when a certain thing is shared by the coachee. And therefore, what is presence here is role maturity, which is about making, managing the tension in between the role and the self. So if as individuals, this is also something that we use in OD work, in T group work, in other group work, where you are able to manage the self and the role in between. Any reflections? Is this getting too heavy? Okay, I'm assuming that as no, it's not getting too heavy. The silence.
Not at all. Not truly
Okay.
enjoyed.
This is good.
Okay, great.
I
Thank
I
you.
I think this is why they also insist on not coaching somebody who's very close to you or very familiar to you, because this role between self and the coach can Like the tension could be really heavy and it would be difficult to disassociate one from another.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, Kunal, and I just want to add over there, it's more than disassociating from self or disassociating from role. How can we integrate both and make a presence that is, that's magnifying in that moment?
Hmm.
Because disassociation is splitting, is cutting off,
Yeah,
which might create more tension. So
right.
the bigger the gap, there is neurosis, and therefore there's tension. So, okay. So demonstrates confidence in working with strong clients' emotions during the coaching presence. What I have connected this to is basically again force field analysis. So what is the job of the coach or the client? And this is something that Kurt Levin speaks about. He talks about it in terms of the helper, but right now I mean, the definition of coaching has changed over the years. So of course, helper is not the word that we use, but the first few words, etc., was helper. So so to facilitate clients' own exploration rather than providing them with answers. What are emotions or strong emotions? Data into the internal world of the client. The coach does not avoid or control them, but supports the client to inquiry into their meaning. So every time your client is experiencing a strong emotion, it's in data into their internal world. And you don't need to control it or manage it for the client, but allow the client to explore that data within themselves. How can I apply this as a coach? Use your own self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a concept that says that when you have belief in your own self, is called as self-efficacy, your own capabilities. So believe in yourself and believe in the client's capability to, the capacity to manage and work through their own emotions at that moment when they're experiencing what they're experiencing. Thoughts or reactions?
Yeah. Like you said, they're the heroes of their stories and they know how to filter or process their emotions based on their scenarios. Hence, it doesn't even make sense for us to try and get into it because it's their world, their map of the world, their filtering processes, their perceptions, and hence they know the answers and they know how to entangle themselves from that themselves.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. Is comfortable working in a space of not knowing. Again, force
ये
field analysis.
हाँ, hold on.
Sorry, is somebody speaking?
Uh,
Harsh, uh,
Okay, somebody's.
Aishwarya, can you mute him?
Let me see.
Yeah, okay,
I'm so
he's
sorry.
Okay. All right, force field analysis. Again, Kurt Levin, the coach, begins with inquiry and not answers. So I'm is comfortable working in a space of not knowing. So coaching is not an expertise model. I am not an expert on my client's life and their choices. So becoming aware of that and presencing, being in the present and sensing what is in the here and now for the client and bringing them back to the here and now. That's really what is presencing. And what is presence here, therefore being with what is emerging. So what is coming up for my client? Can I be aware of that? Can I become one with that? And can I bring the client back into awareness into the here and now? That is what is about it's comfortable working in the space of not knowing. Let's take a 15 seconds pause. What happened to you? In those 15 seconds?
Slowing down.
Sorry?
Slowing down.
Slowing down. And how does that make you feel? slowing down?
Here, now.
Here, now. Okay, bringing you back to the present.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh, creates or allows space for silence, pause, or reflection. So this is again Kurt Levin's theory on T groups is what I've taken. Just as in T groups where silence allows hidden group processes to emerge, in coaching, silence creates the reflective space for clients to access their own deeper awareness. So role of silence really, silence creates space for the client to reflect, access deeper emotions or notice what they haven't yet articulated. The role of the coach holds, hold the container of silence with grounded presence and not rescue the client. Most of the times, when there is an experience of silence, we want to immediately fill it up with a question. So to hold yourself back and say, can I allow this silence and in this moment and see what's emerging? What is presence here? Therefore, presence means having the confidence not to rush in, but to let the pause do its work. Thoughts, reflections?
Yeah, it's like to let the stuck pennies drop and finally listen to the sound of a penny dropping.
Absolutely. And therefore, what does it enable, Nadezda, when you say when you listen to the sound of the penny dropping for your client?
Okay, that was me, Shweta. I
Shweta,
think I
sorry.
better come on with you. Yeah, so it gives them space to reflect back on what they've spoken or how their thoughts are evolving and what's coming up for them or surfacing at that point of time.
Okay, thank you so much, Shweta, for that. Okay, but it rarely happens so perfectly, right? I mean, all of us are humans and we are still learning to be better coaches, and the learning process is ongoing. It doesn't really happen all hunky dory. We're not always, all about all of these seven, competencies that we just looked at. So let's look at, what is that nail really? So this video is not about a coach and a coachee. I'm not saying that this relationship is about a coach and a coachee, but just observe the conversation.
It's just, there's all this pressure, you know? And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me and I can just feel it, like literally feel it in my head, and it's relentless. And I don't know if it's going to stop. I mean, that's the thing that scares me the most, is that I don't know if it's ever going to stop.
Yeah. Well, you do have a nail in your head.
It is not about the nail.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, I'll bet if we got that out of there...
Stop trying to fix it.
No, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just pointing out that maybe the nail is causing...
You always do this. You always try to fix things when what I really need is for you to just listen.
No, see, I don't think that is what you need. I think what you need is to get the nail
See, you're
out.
not even listening now.
Okay, fine. I will listen. Fine.
It's just... Sometimes it's like there's this achy... I don't know what it is. And I'm not sleeping very well at all. And all my sweaters are snagged. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
It is. Thank you. Ow!
Oh, come on!
Aishwarya, you muted. Can't hear you. You're saying something?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so nailing that presence as a coach, really. I know a lot of us, end up getting fixated on what can be fixed in our client and what is not working right now, and can I just provide a solution? And it's an urge that that takes power over us. But what is it if you were to nail it as a coach in the presence? So the mindset, so there are three things. whenever you have to make a certain change, there is the mindset, the skill set, and the behavior. So the mindset talks about what is the emotional state, the mind, the state of mind that you need to hold, which is non-judgmental, inclusive, connected, and curiosity. The skill set, what is it that I need to build as a skill as a coach? My ability to sense, my ability to stay in touch with my own feelings and intuitions, and my observation skills of what's going on within the coachee's system. And the behavior that I need to demonstrate is that of inquiry, dialogue, making the invisible visible, and articulating the unarticulated, saying what is not being said in the session. So that's how you go about doing this. I think we're on top of the time. So I'm just going to take one more minute. And if we can quickly check out with what's my quick takeaway from this session and what am I learning? What do I want to stop doing, start doing, continue doing as a coach?
Aishwarya, can I request you the previous slide? I just want to take a pic, if it's okay.
Oh, sure. Is that the one that you want to take?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. What am I taking away from the session?
Aishwarya, thank you. This was really great. We were able to deepen into each aspect of, the presence. ICF has these 6 competencies written, but under that presence, but we were able to expand and go deep to really unfold what it really means beyond that verbatim. And the application of, different theories was just brilliant to help us take go to that depth. So yeah, it was brilliant for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know there are some chats.
And Ashwari, I really want to appreciate the time and the creative process it took to weave each and every of the sub-competencies with various theories
Thank you,
that
Nadine.
explain the whole with beautiful and specific examples. It's my takeaways is alive and curiosity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we're on top of the time. So thank you so much for being here and bearing with me for 7 more minutes that I took. And wishing you all the very best for the day and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aishwarya.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.